Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff.
Welcome back to Fandom Family Chats. Tonight you have me, Tiffany, and with me is...
I'm Eve.
Tonight we are talking about 911 Lone Star. This was episode 6. This is not a drill. I was excited because I got my explosions this week.
Yeah, I was really happy for you. I thought of you when the explosion happened. I was like, oh, Tiffany will be so happy.
And I know that's exactly what all of our listeners are thinking too. Oh, Tiffany's explosions. I know it. I know.
You've only been waiting all season, so.
Right? 6 episodes in, finally got some explosions. The 126 was kind of put through the ringer this week. They weren't doing so great.
I was confused at the beginning of the episode, though, because I thought it was a, real call, which I guess is the point of, doing these drills. But then, they were blasted, with the pink powder. I was like, wait, what the heck kind of call is this?
Yeah, I was really confused about that. It's like, what is the powder? Is it like anthrax? What's going on here? Yeah,
And then
no.
someone came out and said, okay, you're all dead. I'm like, wait, what? And I was still like, huh, wait, what?
Yeah, that was a very confusing start to the episode.
But it turns out it was good that they practiced that because they had a lot going on.
This is a busy week for the 126.
Yeah.
Owen,
Owen
especially.
He can't help himself. So he just goes to the biker bar. And I'm like, first of all, literally everyone has told you, do not go there. And it wasn't just one time they said, oh no, don't go back. It's been multiple times he's been told, do not step foot in that bar, do not talk to these people. And he goes to the bar. I'm like,
He himself told his team something is coming. So instead of waiting for it to come to you, you go and find it. Good plan, Owen. Good plan. It's very Owen-like.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I can't really be upset with him because, this is how he does things.
I was actually really sad that Agent Casey died because I was kind of starting to like her a little bit. She likes to arrest Owen. It's like a fun back and forth they do.
Yeah,
I liked her.
I was excited that we might be seeing a bit of her. And then they mentioned she died. I was like, is this like another drill or because it was so not cavalier exactly, but it was just like they said she died and then they moved right on. Like there was no emotion attached to the fact that she died. I felt like the delivery was just really odd. And then Owen was just like, oh yeah, that's too bad. Sorry about your loss. Okay, anyway, so explosions.
It's like nobody really cared much that Agent Casey was gone. They're just like, oh, she's dead. Okay, well, case closed. We're done here. No.
Okay, moving on.
No. That's not right. The case not closed.
Oh boy, was it not closed.
I'm surprised Red actually gave Owen and O'Brien information. I mean, like, obviously he's not going to talk to the police, especially the FBI.
Yeah, like when Owen walked in, I was like, okay, well, maybe Owen has a better chance because he's not associated with the police, except, he is a first responder. So, it's within the police family. So I was like, what makes him think he's gonna, tell him anything? But he told him, everything that he knew.
I was actually shocked he opened up about that. He was pretty beat up, though, after the explosion, so I guess he wasn't feeling so great.
Yeah, well, I guess Owen caught him at a good time.
It's true.
Like, you've just been exploded, so I think now's a good time to start asking you questions.
Yeah, and then Owen has his. How many times does he tell everybody something's coming? Something big is coming, guys.
I would say only about several times every season. Because this isn't the first time that someone has tried to come after Owen by going after the 126. So it's like, can't
Owen
they
doesn't
just
make
find
friends easily.
he makes friends?
He makes enemies very easily. Friends, not so much.
He makes enemies very easily that he mistakenly thinks are friends. So what happened with the Capitol? Was that, I don't remember, was that something that, was it like a bomb threat that was called in? Like that's it, that's why everyone was evacuated?
Yeah, like they called in a threat and said that there's a bomb somewhere in the building. They
That was,
just wanted to get everybody out of the building.
no, I don't advocate, blowing up Capitol buildings, but that was a
That's right.
clever, yeah, I just want to put that out there. But I mean, that was kind of clever the way they did that. They called in the bomb threat, got everyone outside, and surprise, Owen figures out the bomb's probably outside.
And of course, once again, just like Owen, he goes walking into the building that everybody thinks is full of explosives, walks right up to the tub things. What are they called?
The explosive.
Cylinders. Cylinder things. Yeah. Walks right up to them and opens it up. That's so Owen, though.
But before that, like he walks in and he's like, "Nobody follow me inside." I'm like, "Don't worry, no one's about to follow you inside. Everyone thinks that place is about to blow."
Yeah. You're okay on that. Trust me. No one's gonna go right behind you.
You got it, Mr. Crazy Pants.
Solo mission, dude.
You are on your own. Enjoy.
TK just watches him walk in the building, like, yeah, there goes dad again.
I love how TK never seems to have any reaction whatsoever to anything that Owen does.
No.
Like Owen was, really Owen was like really mad at them for, for having a good time with each other like after that drill. And TK's just standing there like, well, this is weird, but okay. And then his dad's walking into a building that might have a bomb, and he's just standing there watching.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, my dad does weird stuff. I'm over it.
He's just so used to it. But how smart was it of Owen to think to drive? No, not Owen. Grace. To think to drive.
To the lake.
Yeah, the boat ramp. Boat
The
ramp.
marina? I don't know.
I don't know what it was. Some sort of water.
Some body of water. And then Judges comes up right behind it and it turns out what did Grace say about the explosives, that it was supposed to just like inactivate or something?
Yeah, like it kills the explosives.
Sorry.
Water.
I'm good at English. Deactivate. So apparently it's supposed to deactivate, but that wasn't the case. But does laughing gas actually make people laugh?
Yeah.
Does it? Okay.
You've never had laughing gas at the dentist?
No. I've had anesthesia.
Yeah, it makes you laugh.
Oh, well, that's
It
fine.
really does.
I need to get some laughing gas sometime then.
They offer it to you when you're in labor as well.
Oh, that must make
Not
life
that
also fun.
that's not that that's a reason to try the laughing gas. I don't suggest that.
I felt bad for poor. So what's the nephew's name again?
Andy.
Andy. I wanted to call him Sean, but that's a character from Chicago Med, and I was like, I don't think that's right. I felt bad for poor Andy. It turned out that he was just and he just ended up in way over his head. They really yanked us back and forth with this, like with O'Brien. Is he good? Is he bad? And then they yanked us back and forth with Andy too. Like we were like, oh, okay, this poor kid is missing. Oh, nope, he's not missing. He's an evil dude. Oh, he's not evil. He was just being taken advantage of.
Yeah, I don't know. He's still partially guilty though.
I mean, he kind of said
It's
it all.
hard. Like I'm on the fence about it myself.
Well, he set it all in motion, really. And then I think his friend kind of just took off running with it. Because his friend definitely went overboard, because I feel like it got to a point where Andy was like, dude, like, yeah, this is what I want initially, but like this is kind of like crazy.
Like he didn't have his family that whole time. So he can't use that excuse for all of what he did.
That's what I'm confused about. Like apparently like he was missing this whole time, and he wasn't, so I'm assuming he wasn't communicating with his wife. He obviously wasn't communicating with O'Brien. So like where was he? Was he just off planning this whole thing up until this like one event where he's just like, oh no, this part I'm not into?
Right? Yeah, it's like he didn't I think the guy's name was Mikey, I believe.
Yeah.
You he didn't have the guy's family the whole time because Owen went with O'Brien to meet the family. So it's not like he was controlling him the
Unless
entire time.
unless he threatened that he was going to hurt his family, but that's kind of a stretch.
Like,
I just don't understand why he stuck this out for as long as he did. And in the
why didn't he go
meantime,
to his uncle, the police officer?
yeah, like yeah, exactly. I was like, your uncle's a cop. Like it was there, couldn't have said, yo, this guy's going crazy and he wants me to build a bomb and explode things. Can you help me out here? Like nothing. And he's not even making calls to his wife, so like he's not sneaking off and like, you know, sending messages to his wife or anything. So I definitely feel like he got in over his head, but I mean, he's not completely innocent, because I mean, he did do a lot of work willingly in order to get there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not innocent.
I was very worried about Carlos and O'Brien when they were sneaking around that field. I was like, oh God, Carlos just escaped Crazy Trudy and what's his name?
Right?
Now he's gonna get shot by, this crazy Mikey guy.
Poor Carlos. He just can't catch a break.
Let the man get married and live happily ever after.
I know. When are we getting this wedding? We were promised it was going to be this season.
Maybe it's at the end.
I would be so mad if they make us wait till the end of the season for the wedding.
I feel like they're going to make us wait until the end of the season.
That's just mean. Because we've been waiting for it since last season.
Yeah, well, our TV shows are not well known for them doing what we want, so.
It's true. Especially this one. They like to do the opposite of what we want. Like taking away Marjan.
I really missed her this week.
You did too.
I'm gonna miss her
I already miss her.
until she comes back.
I hope she's not going to be gone long. Because
I read the article that you sent, like in the chat, and I was like, okay, but I'm still confused.
it sounds like we're going to see her again this season, though, because it said by the end of the season she's going to have found herself or something. I don't know.
Well, can she
I don't remember what it said now.
Needs to find herself a little faster, because
I know, right? And why can't you find yourself while you're still there? But it also said we're gonna see that couple again that we don't like, the greedy couple.
Oh gosh. There's no way, like the more that I think about it, there's no way that they're back together. No, no
Nope.
freaking.
They realized that this was a way to make money, so they're gonna pretend and get as much money as they can out of it. And if it looks like they're back together, oh, they're a couple after all the tragedy. They think they're gonna get more money and more sympathy.
And don't mind the fact they're trying to extort a firefighter.
Okay, I feel bad that I talked so much smack on O'Brien now because,
Well, to be
I
fair,
was wrong.
fair, they really confused us with that.
They
Because
really did.
we started to really like him, and then we were like, oh, he's involved with these motorcycle people. Now we don't like him. And then we found out he was undercover. We were like, okay, now we like him. Then we found out he was one of the founding members. We were like, oh, okay, never mind.
Back to not liking him. Yeah, that was a real back and forth.
So
He's
I want to say I'm sure that, that he's solid at this point, but I mean, I can't really trust the writers anymore.
right. It's not O'Brien I don't trust, it's the writers.
It's the writers' fault. Stop confusing us.
I'm glad that Carlos stayed behind to help him search, though, because O'Brien probably would not have been okay if it weren't for Carlos being there. Probably, definitely
I
would have
thought
been
he'd
shot in the head.
I thought he'd shot him dead. Like I thought Carlos had shot like Mikey dead. And I was
Mhm.
like, yay! Mikey's down. And then like in like the next scene, like I guess they were calling for help. Like he'd been shot in the shoulder. I was like, oh, well, that's disappointing.
Right.
We still got our explosion, so it balanced out. So
This is true. This is true. I did like
so
that.
when I saw the so when the biker bar exploded, like when I saw that happen, I was like, oh yay, explosion. Yay, explosion. Tiffany will be happy.
I gotta say, I wasn't really sad that it was the biker bar that exploded either.
That biker bar needed to go.
I really did. Be out here branding people? That's just weird, people. Come on now.
but I'm a little disappointed that the storyline seems to kind of it feels like the storyline is at an end.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got that feeling too.
Yeah.
So what about their other like weird suspicious activities that were going on? Is there going to be no closure with that? Because the branding was kind of weird or a lot weird. And I mean, the whole goal of this was sending Owen in there to get them shut down.
Most
So,
of them died, I think, so I guess they're shut down now.
well, I mean, their bar was blown up, so I guess that the FBI is like, oh, goody, someone took care of that for us. Our job is done.
This is true. I do kind of feel bad about Andy's son, though. But,
Okay.
he kind of deserves it, so. Not the son, but that. Didn't say that right.
Like you have a cute kid, but you made bad choices. So, was it 20 years?
Yeah.
Still for? So maybe he'll be on his best behavior and he can get out early.
Okay.
We'll see.
Next week, we get some more Pastor Parks.
Finally.
Yes, but I don't think his
Not
daughter likes Tommy.
no,
She wants her to dump him. Did I say her? She wants her to dump him.
yeah, so I mean that'll be which is confusing because she seems like a sweet girl, but
She did.
apparently not. She seemed to really like Tommy when she was pulling a frog out of his throat.
Right? I mean, what could you not like about Tommy?
I don't know.
I love Tommy.
I'm at a loss. I can't think of anything about Tommy that's not to like, except for her creepy twins.
Creepy daughters. That's what it is. It's her creepy daughters.
That's what it is. It's like, so here's the thing, you gotta get rid of your creepy twins, and if you can't do that, then you need to dump my dad.
We figured it out.
We're good at this. We can write this show ourselves.
I'm really interested to see that woman that's upside down.
That sounds familiar. The whole upside down. I feel like I've seen that on another one of the medical dramas before, where like the heart like fixes itself when they're turned upside down or something.
It's so weird.
Hopefully that's because they made it look like a big major thing, but hopefully that poor woman's okay and it's just one little minor call. But it sounds really interesting in any case.
I love how her husband says, "Don't flip her right side up or she'll die again." And it's just like, again?
That's not something you hear every day.
What do you mean again?
Like, how many times has she died before?
So it feels like, you know how last season we had what was it, the ice storm that dragged out for like the first 5 episodes?
The first 4
Four,
episodes.
4 episodes?
And I only
Okay.
remember that because I will never forget how angry I was that it kept going and going and going.
So this season, it was the biker gang that they dragged out 6 episodes.
Here's the thing, though, at least with the ice storm, they had a decent storyline. Like they had decent storylines flowing. I wanted them to wrap it up quicker because I was really worried about all our people. But the storylines made sense and they were flowing fine. Like this biker gang thing, I still don't understand it. It's like they started it and they're like, I think this would be a good idea. Let's just start writing something. And then halfway through the first episode, they're like, well, now I'm lost. I don't know where to go from here. Let's just write some more random stuff where Owen becomes an FBI agent.
Yeah, they just made it way too unbelievable. And like the FBI, the way they handled things, no, it was just way, way too unbelievable the way they did stuff.
And maybe we'll just see some more ramifications from this going forward. But where it stands right now, it just feels like it just feels like they were so quick to get rid of the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nope, this was a mistake. Let's just end it now by blowing up the biker bar. Boom, everything's fixed. It's all done.
Killing the FBI agent that no one seems to care about. I thought her and Owen had this cute little flirty thing.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna go somewhere, but
I know, I was kind of excited for that because I love her.
now she's dead and no one seems to care except for us.
I know, right? Poor lady. I keep forgetting her name though, so
Who?
Casey.
Oh.
Casey is her name. Agent Casey.
She will always be crazy, Katie.
I know. That's all I think of. It is literally all I think of when I look at her. Yeah, that was about all we have for this week. I mean, most of the episode was really just the explosions and solving the Andy situation. So
Well,
there wasn't a whole lot else going on this week.
I'm glad they spent a whole episode just essentially getting rid of the storyline. So hopefully starting next week we can, move on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, go back to the fun calls and get our guys married and bring Marjan back and just everyone can live happily ever after. Forever and ever. That's what we want.
I want Marjan back. I
If
miss her
Ryan
so
Murphy
much.
is listening, that's what we want.
Well, I mean, she at least better come back for the wedding. So
Well,
hope we at least get to see her.
It's not like it's not like she was written out because the actress wanted to be gone. So
Yeah.
she has to be back.
Yeah, I'm excited for a little bit more of Tommy and Trevor next week because I really liked Pastor Parks. He was fun.
And we get a double dose of 911 next week too, because the OG 911 is coming back, right?
Already?
That's
I
next
don't
week,
know.
right? Yeah,
Was
March
it?
6th.
Oh,
Or
wow.
whatever that Monday is.
Didn't even realize that. I need to write that down so I don't forget. Oh,
I
I
guess
took
it's
my
a good thing
notebook
I
away.
mentioned that. You would have logged on next week and you would have forgotten to watch half the shows.
Right? This is the only podcast I'm doing right now.
Like, oops, I failed.
Don't fire me. Oh, wait, you can't. Alrighty. That is all we have for tonight. Don't forget to check out our socials and our Facebook group, which is 911 Family Fan Club. And next week we have more Fox on Sunday, obviously, which is 911, and The Resident when it's on. And Tuesday is our NBC nights where you discuss all three Chicago shows. And then now Wednesday is your ABC nights since your Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 are back, which I know you guys are all excited about. So, I know you guys are excited to talk about that on your Sundays. So, everybody get excited to listen. And don't forget to subscribe. We will see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Loving our content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share our podcast with your family and friends. We want to continue the conversation with you. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok under Fandom Family Chats, or one of our ever-growing Facebook groups by searching Family Fan Club. We've also launched a website, Family Fan Club 2021 at wixsite.com. You can email us there and keep checking it for announcements and merch coming soon. And of course, be sure to tune in every week for new episodes discussing all your favorite shows.